3, 2, 1. Hey YouTube, it's Kidneydog. It's good to see you guys. For various reasons, my blood is kind of boiling right now, and this tends to happen from time to time. So, without further ado, I'm going to rant. If you don't like rants, steer away. If you like rants because they make you feel like you're a sane person and there's other sane people in the world that actually do the right thing from time to time, please listen. I promise that I'm relatively sane, or at least in terms of common sense, I've got that. So, this time though, I'm attacking fashion designers, and not for any of the reasons you might initially assume, and not so much fashion designers, but like consumer clothing designers. And I've got a lot of issues with a lot of different people, but this one's for you guys. You guys and gals who make clothing, specifically for the winter, in fact. Because I got a major issue with it. And my issue with your winter clothes that you design, Velcro. Now why Velcro? Why would I be so upset about Velcro? Well, you see, during the winter, most of us common people, unlike you who wear your fancy all-leather gloves and your suede, whatchamacallit, I don't freaking know what you're doing. We wear gloves. My gloves, you can see, I've got like white athletic tape. By the way, white athletic tape, great. It's kind of somewhat waterproof. It works pretty well for tying up fingertips that tear apart. Why are my fingers tear apart? Because gloves and hats and scarves and most of the things that people wear during the winter are made of yarn, and they are knit, or they are crocheted, or they are fabricated in some facility somewhere. And the wonderful thing about yarn is that it's made of lots of little fibers. And the wonderful thing about Velcro is that Velcro is designed to catch lots of little fibers. So your Velcro that you put on my jacket is designed to tear my glove apart. It's designed to tear my hat apart and grab it and not want to let go, and it rips out all the fuzzies. And if you happen to be a runner, and I'm sure some of you people who watch this are runners, and you're running and you've got your nice running clothes and they're like dry fit, or if you've got, you know, even women with bras and panties, you run a set of that with Velcro. Oops, you forgot your pants had, you know, Velcro on them for like a pocket or something. Oh, it's ruined. The Velcro catches everything. It destroys everything. Velcro is not needed for pockets. Velcro is not needed for the zip-up liner on my coat. That is unnecessary. There are far better options. There is, from what I can tell, there are times where Velcro works. There are very few times for winter clothing where Velcro should work. So, cuffs on these things. I don't terribly approve of it, but I get it. Velcro's nice because you can lay down a strip of Velcro, and then if I want it really tight, I can attach it all the way at the end. Or if I want it really loose, I can attach it at the other end. I get that. That makes sense. This does not. It already has a zipper. I get it. You want to cover the zipper with a flap of something. You want to make it so when I zip up this jacket, I'm using this jacket as a wonderful example, I zip it up. Well, look at that. My jacket being zipped up. Can you imagine that? It's held together. That's what zippers do. But oh wait, we still have Velcro. Even this stuff all the way up here at the neck where my scarf or something might be. Oh yeah, Velcro. That's so wonderful. It covers up the zipper, keeps my zipper from getting cold. Thank you so much. That matters so much to me. You know what's funny? There's another thing that people invented that does exactly this, but slightly less poorly. They're called snaps. Snaps, you stupid idiot. Snaps. They're these little button thingies. Look at this. They click together, and they hold better than Velcro. Well, sort of. They hold sideways better than Velcro. And you know what's really great about snaps? Snaps don't grab my scarves. Snaps don't grab my gloves. My knit gloves. You know, like the single most common piece of winter apparel used by almost anyone anywhere. Knit effing gloves. Used by everybody. Doesn't catch on snaps. Catches on Velcro. This jacket is almost better. Almost better than the other jacket. You see, this jacket just got the Velcro down the front, and I hate that. Every time I go to like open my jacket or something, it catches my fingers and rips them. Not cool. What they did get right, the pockets on this jacket, I can't find any of them now. They're zippers. I have zipper pockets. That's really awesome. You know why? Zippers, as long as they don't come undone, they keep the contents inside. I can turn the jacket upside down. I can flip it all over the place. Stuff stays in my pocket. That's awesome. You know what the worst version of that is? That's what this coat has. And it makes me cry. This coat has Velcro pockets. It has Velcro pockets with like 3 or 4 things. And look, the Velcro, it freaking grabs the jacket's pocket liner. What genius in the fashion world or the consumer product world is like, let's design our jacket to destroy itself. This sounds like a marvelous idea. Right? I mean, that seems like step 1. Okay, we're building a jacket. What do we want it to do? We want it to stay in one piece. Okay, great. It's staying in one piece. Now what? Well, we need to sell more of them, so let's go back on that and make it destroy itself. By the way, the people from the glove industry called us. They want us to destroy more gloves. Oh, really? Well, I think we can manage that. How are you going to do that? Velcro. Brilliant! Velcro? And you know what's really bad about Velcro pockets? Velcro pockets don't work perfectly. Surprise! If you don't have Velcro all the way along the pocket, then stuff can fall right out. Oh, but no one puts Velcro all the way along the pocket, because that would be a waste of Velcro, which probably costs you so much money to make. Oh my goodness, yeah, right. And the little strap, like, as you pull on it, it gradually wears out over time. Yeah, snaps don't wear out so much over time. The Velcro does. Zippers don't wear out so much over time. The Velcro does. And, you know, it's really, 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 really annoying. That's like a lot of reallys I just threw in there. I hope you counted them all. If you take off your gloves, you're like, oh, wait, I can't be wearing my knit gloves. My pocket will destroy them. It's a good thing I'm not carrying something like a phone that I frequently put in and out of my pockets, or house keys that I put frequently in or out of my pockets. I know what I'll do, though, because I have to get this thing out of my pocket this one time. I'll take my glove off. You're like, and then it won't catch on my glove. Surprise! Velcro is made of tiny plastic claws. Now, getting hit by something during the summer or scratched by something in the summer isn't too bad. Anyone who's grown up with weeping willows knows that you can hit a person with a weeping willow branch, kind of like a whip, and during the summer, it's not so bad. During the winter, oh my goodness, it hurts. So, what have we learned? In the winter, for some reason, things hurt more. They just do. And you know what hurts a lot more during the winter? Scratching your hand on little plastic claws when you try to reach them inside a place designed for hands to go into. This is a spot that my hand's supposed to go into. It's called a pocket. That's what they're used for. Hands and things I put them in. You know what you lined it with? You lined it with little do not go beyond this point sharp pointy barbs. It keeps grabbing the own pocket. I'm going to be careful when I put the strap back down so it doesn't grab itself and destroy itself. That's really dumb. Why would you do that? Velcro is just stupid for winter clothing. Snaps or zippers or nothing is better than Velcro for almost every circumstance. The only thing Velcro is good for is when you need some kind of adjustable length, which not many things need. Certainly not my pockets. So both these coats, they're failures. I have a coat. I don't know if it has a brand name or something on it. If it does, I'll cover it up. You know what I love about this coat? All of its pockets are zippers. You know what I never find myself thinking? Gee, I wish my pockets had Velcro. Never. Not once. And you know that whole issue the other ones were having? They're like, oh, how do we cover up the zippers so that they don't get cold? Well, surprise, when it's cold outside, people wear these things called gloves. And these things called gloves prevent them from touching cold things with their hands. So, if a person outside in the cold wearing a glove touches a zipper, his fingers don't freeze. And, fortunately, because it's a zipper and not Velcro, he can move it. If it's Velcro, it tears his gloves, and then his gloves break down and you have to buy a new one. And I know I'm being really nitpicky about Velcro for, you know, gloves. These are, you know, you can tell, these are like dollar store knit gloves. They're not super expensive. I can buy them again. That's not the point. I wash things with these. Unfortunately, dry fit clothing is extremely expensive. It's that stuff with Velcro, ruined. I'm sure lots of women that may be watching this video, you run panties or a bra or some kind of lacy undergarment, maybe some lingerie, you're getting some something in your side time, ruined. absolutely destroyed by the Velcro. It grabs onto it, tears it apart. If you've ever knit your own stuff, I bought my hat. I didn't make it myself. My wife, she makes all of her stuff. She recently had a hat completely torn apart in the washing machine. Which means now I have to run a separate load of my laundry simply because someone decided to use some scratchy plastic hook thing. People are like, oh, you know what's so great? Sliced bread. You know what else is so great? Zippers. You know what comes after zippers and sliced bread? Velcro. F you. Velcro's not good for anything. There's always a better option than Velcro. Just make more holes. Belts aren't made out of Velcro. You know why? Because we don't want sharp little plastic things down by our junk. That would be a bad idea. We would find that uncomfortable and unpleasant. I hate Velcro. Please, if you make clothes for the fashion industry or for consumer industry, I don't know who's responsible for this stupidity, but please stop using Velcro. It destroys my gloves. I don't care how much the glove industry is paying you guys. Just knock it off. It's not cool.